Surprise! I changed my bedroom. I think this vlog is going to be a little bit more chatty than my other cozy vlogs, but I have a lot to share with you guys. It might be kind of hard to tell in this angle, but I did change the layout of my bedroom. I would say probably about a month ago, I floated with the idea of changing the layout of my bedroom. I just felt like I could maximize more space in this room if I changed things up. I normally don't like change. I am not big on change. It takes me a lot to adapt and accept change. I really have to be in the right mind frame, in the right mood to change things in my life, in my space, my appearance, all that kind of stuff. And I guess 4 days ago, my mom was gonna be in the city all day, so I asked her if we could change my room that day because I obviously could not do this by myself. Like, I have a lot of heavy furniture and I would have definitely hurt myself or like not been able to do it. So my mom was here for a majority of the day and we moved everything and rearranged it, and I kind of already had like the idea of the layout that I wanted, so it was easy to just kind of move things. I had measured to see if everything would fit, so it was just a take out and move things. I will insert some clips of what my bedroom used to look like. I did film a couple things before we changed everything because I wanted to kind of just remember and have that like raw clip of what my bedroom looked like. I've lived in this house for 9 years and I have kept the layout the same. I never changed it. I always had my bed facing the door and I was able to look outside the window from my bed. It also just made sense to have my dresser by my closet door because they would be side by side, so I would be able to reach for clothes that way. I always had a bookshelf like on this wall over here, but I've kind of mentioned before that it is really hard to film in that area because I don't have a lot of space between the bed and the wall. And that was kind of what inspired the decision to change the bedroom, because I thought I could maximize the space, like I said, and that I could actually show off the bookshelves and be able to show all the books. And I knew that changing it would do that. It's not to say that I'm going to film a lot of videos in front of these books, but I can now film like TBR related things, or when I'm reorganizing or a TBR shelf tour or whatever, I can now film it and you can fully see it, which I'm obsessed with. It is crazy to think that I have lived in this house for 9 years and I haven't changed the bedroom once. When I first moved in, I had like a purple wall on this wall here where my bed was, and eventually I painted that because I hated the purple. My mom thought it would be a good idea to have like an accent wall, and I was on board with the idea at first when I first moved in, and then it just made the bedroom so dark, and I'm not an accent wall kind of person. All the walls need to look the same for me. This wall color is the same wall I had in my bedroom at home. So that's why it was just like an easy color for me to pick. I'm really, really happy with the change. It just feels so much better in here. I have so much more space. It feels more cozy. And My mom keeps saying I need like a little rug by my bed, which I definitely do agree. I think a rug in here would be very cute. I do have to hang up my pictures. I have my like sailor picture, moon picture that I need to hang. And then I also have my Lana picture that I need to hang. And then the like long posters that I need to hang. I don't know where to put them. Even though I don't like change, I'm very happy with this decision and it just feels better. It works better and I am really happy that I decided to change it. Okay, so this is when you first kind of walk in. This is what you're seeing. I guess I'll start here. I have my dresser, my TV, and then I have like my vanity desk area. This is where I usually put on makeup, do my hair, that kind of stuff. I have been trying to use it more for like computer, coloring, that kind of vibe. So I'm liking this little corner. I did put up my little pictures that I had in the last layout, I guess. But yeah, this is what this little area looks like. And there's still like lots of space between my bed and this area, which is really, really nice. I don't know what I'm doing with this lamp. For now it is there because it gives light for my desk. But I think I maybe want to get like a desk lamp and then maybe put this one over here because I feel like I need light in this area. I don't know the lamp situation yet. And then of course we have the bed over here, which is basically up against the wall. I don't love having my bed on the wall, but it is what it is. I mean, it's not fully touching just because I need some air circulation, but I do like having my bed on this side. It's such a small space between the window and the wall, like the area is so small, but luckily my bed and my nightstand fits and I'm very, very happy that it all could work. It is weird to be sleeping in a different direction because normally I would have been sleeping with my head over here and now I'm sleeping over here, which is a little different, but I'm slowly getting used to it. It also sucks because I don't really have the best plugins either. As you can see, like I have kind of an extension cord down there because I really only have 2 working plugins in this bedroom, so it's kind of frustrating, but luckily it all works. And then of course we have the window here, and then we have my closet, and then over here we have the bookshelves, which you can now see in all of their glory. And I can actually see every single book I own. I can look at the last shelf and see everything. I am so happy with this change. It just works so well and I'm so incredibly happy. Aside from the change in here, I did get a new rug for my living room, which I will show you guys in a bit. That was a really unexpected thing, but I randomly just bought another rug. Today's plans are to journal and read. I think that's my main plans. I might watch SNL tonight. Ryan Gosling is hosting, so I might watch that. But I'm definitely gonna watch Ray's Coachella performance because Ray is performing, I think at like 5:30 my time. So I'm going to try to watch that live because I love Ray. She is just amazing. She's one of my new favorite artists. So I want to watch that performance later. But other than that, it's just going to be catching up on my journals and doing some reading. Talking about reading and my journaling, I have to write some journal entries for 2 books that I read. Well, a book and a half, I guess, because I did read If You Hate Me by Helena Hunting not too long ago. This I think I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars, I think. And I did write this in my reading journal, but I didn't write the summary for it. So I need to just finish that and write the summary and everything. But this is a hockey romance. It's a little bit of hate to love as well, and kind of an age gap slightly. And it's also hate to benefits to lovers, I would say. I'm really excited for the second book in the series. I have a feeling I'm really gonna love that one, so I'm excited. But I need to write this in my reading journal, and then I also do need to write about Bitter Heat by Mia Knight. This is the first book in the Sign series, and this was my TBR jar pick for April, and I did actually finish it already. I got to, I think like chapter 6 or 7, and I was like, okay, I am intrigued. I cannot stop reading. So I finished the entire thing. This, I think I also gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. This is kind of like a dark romance, second chance romance. The characters were married. They have been divorced, I think, for like 5 years. I didn't enjoy the third person POV. That kind of threw me off. And I will say the beginning was kind of slow. I'm debating whether I should continue and read the second book or not. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm happy I finally read this because I've had this for a long time. I don't even know if Kira watches my videos anymore, but she sent this book to me a couple years ago because it was one of her favorite books and she wanted me to read it, and I finally read it. So those are the books that I've recently read and that I also need to put in my reading journal. And I think in my last vlog I did say that I was going to start Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. I have not started this yet. I actually did read the prologue a while ago, but depending on how my reading goes today, I might save this for May. And I think this might be kind of tied into my TBR draw pick a little bit. I think I'm gonna read like a chapter or 2 every day because I'm just too intimidated, and honestly it's kind of stressing me out to read this entire book. Even though I did read Chain of Gold in like a day and a half, I'm scared. Like I don't know, it's too intimidating for me, and it makes me like not want to read it at all. But I feel like now is the time to read it before I forget what happens in Chain of Gold. So I don't think I'm gonna start this today, but maybe within the next couple of days I'll maybe start it and read a chapter or 2 every day. I think that's going to be the goal. However, my reading plans today that I'm for sure going to read are Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. This, I'm still reading it. I think I started this last fall. I know I should probably just DNF this, but I honestly don't want to DNF it. Like I just want to push through. I want to read it. I want to see if it gets better. I want to see if I'm in the right mood for it. I think that's initially what happened, is I just wasn't in the mood to read this when I first started it. The plan is to read a little bit of this today. I'm not determined to finish it today. I would love to, but I think I mainly just want to get back into it and maybe take my time, maybe read a couple of chapters and just see how I'm feeling about this book. The book I'm hoping to actually start today is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in her new series, the Rose Hill series. This came out like 4 days ago, actually, and I just got it in the mail yesterday, so I am finally gonna read it. I've been waiting for it to arrive. I wanted to read it like the day it came out, and I was debating going to the bookstore and just buying a copy and then returning my pre-order, but I decided to just stick it out and wait for my copy. So I will be hopefully reading a majority of this today. I would love to read the entire thing, but also I have, you know, some journaling things that I need to do. So I will be happy if I get through half of it today. I'm very excited to start this, and hopefully it'll be a fast-paced read, and hopefully I will love it. So this is my new rug in my living room. I got it from Walmart. It is supposed to be the same size as my last rug, but I think because there's no tassels on it, it looks a little bit smaller. I think that's my only issue with this rug, is that it is a little bit smaller. I feel like it should have been a tad bit bigger, but I don't have the best luck with rugs. But it has some beige, blue, and green. It is kind of hard to tell on camera, but it's also like fuzzy, so it's actually a lot more comfortable than my other rug. Like, it's nice on my feet and stuff. And I like how the black isn't the full rug, which is nice. I was kind of worried that it would blend too much into my couch because they're both kind of like a cream beige, but I think it looks all right. I'm not obsessed with the rug, but I am going to keep it probably for a couple of years. I'm pretty happy with it. Unlike my last rug, I totally regret that other rug, but I'm very happy with this one. And I think it was around like $100. It wasn't nearly as expensive as the other rug that I had. I also did hang the other pictures in my bedroom finally. So I have this one by this bookshelf here. It's kind of hard to see with my reflection, but I put it here. I should have moved it a tad bit over because it is kind of off-centered a little bit, I guess, but honestly it's fine. I'm not that worried about it. I am happy I hung this one up here, and this was a print, or it's not a print, it was actually a canvas, and I cut the canvas that I got from Etsy. And then over here is where I hung my Lana picture from her interview magazine that I ripped out and put in a frame. And then I also have my TV shows, movies, and favorite album right here, kind of where I'm gonna have like my little collage. I'm still slowly working on it, but this is kind of where I decided to put everything else because I don't know what to do with this wall. It's just so massive. I don't know if I should get shelves or maybe get some big artwork. I'm not sure yet, but I'm happy I hung up what I had. It's been a week since I started this vlog. I kind of stopped after I started Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I'm just feeling a little down and stuff, so I have been trying to take care of myself, just take it easy. So I haven't really been uploading a lot, which I apologize for. I just get burnt out very easy, and when I'm feeling like that, I think it's really important for me to not do very much. But anyways, I have some reading updates to discuss with you. I started Wild Love by Elsie Silver in this vlog. I obviously did not show you me reading it and stuff, but I did actually finish this and I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I'm going to talk more about it at length in my March and April wrap up, but this was just really boring. I didn't really like the heroine. Rosie kind of annoyed me a little bit. I really liked Ford and I liked the storyline with Cora, but other than that, this book was boring. I don't think I'll continue this series, but I am looking forward to reading her Gold Rush Ranch series as those books come out, I guess. Well, I'm going to try to read the first book. I am planning on buying that one and reading that one, and then I have heard that the rest of the series is really good, so I might just end up reading that whole series, but we'll see. This series is just not for me. Didn't really like the small town aspects, and it seems like this series is going to be heavily music related, which I'm not really a fan of. So yeah, I did not really enjoy this, which sucks, but at least I did finish it. And I officially decided to DNF Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. So I was originally on page 82 and I decided to give it another try. So I did read a couple more pages, but I got to page 88 and I decided that I needed to DNF it. My biggest issue with this book is the writing. I do not vibe with the writing style. I gave it a fair try, and honestly, I just can't deal with inner dialogue that inserts itself in a conversation between characters and the character is just rambling in their inner dialogue. It drives me absolutely insane. And I was trying to push through because I've heard so many wonderful things about this, but honestly, it's just not for me. Also, the heroine did kind of annoy me at times, but my main issue is the writing. I did finally start Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Last Hours trilogy. I'm not very far into this. I am 58 pages in. I'm about to start chapter 3. I'm going to take my time with this. I'm hoping to finish it in like 10 to 15 days. I also think I might squeeze in the audiobook and give that a try, especially if I'm like doing things and I can listen to something. I'll try to listen to the audiobook. And I have made more progress with When Gracie Met the Grump by Mariana Zapata. This I've also been reading for months. I feel like I've been reading this since it came out like 2 years ago. I think yesterday I was at page 214. I think I had stopped randomly in like the middle of the page, and I am currently now at page 292. So I read a decent amount of this last night and I'm actually enjoying it a lot more. So I think I am going to push through and try to finish the entire thing. I'm just going to focus on these 2 books for the next couple of days. I want to finish this before I start something new, because I've obviously had a very bad habit of starting a book and not finishing it and then starting another one. So I want to break that habit and just get this one off of my TBR, and this one I can just read while I'm reading other things. It doesn't really bother me, but this one, I don't even remember when I picked this up. That's the crazy thing, is I don't remember when I even started this. So I am glad I'm gonna finish it. And it's weird because obviously like it's such a big book and you would think that I would forget everything that I had read before, but with Mariana Zapata, her stories move so slowly that I honestly could remember the main points of what I read when I first started this book. So I didn't need to like reread everything because I actually remembered quite a bit, which is surprising. I also want to quickly mention that I've been trying to post more about what I'm actually reading on my Instagram and my Goodreads. So for Goodreads, I usually just mark the book read, add my rating, add like when I started it, when I finished it, and that's kind of it. Sometimes I'll add like a little bit of a sentence or a couple sentences and stuff like that, but I don't really do much of anything else on Goodreads. But I am going to try to do more of like currently reading and like do more updates. These are both on my currently reading on Goodreads, and I am going to try to update them as much as possible. And for my Instagram, I am going to try to post more of what I'm currently reading on my stories and just give you guys kind of a little bit more of updates on what I'm reading, because I never post what I'm reading on my Instagram. I usually just post when I have a new video out or when there's like a TV show, book, movie news. I'll post that on my story usually, but I don't post anything of me actually reading, which is kind of ridiculous. I know a lot of people do this, but they do not like a monthly wrap up, but whenever they finish a book, they post like a picture of all the books that they've read in the month. I don't know what you call that, but I think I'm gonna try to do that too now, because I feel like you don't really know what I'm reading unless you follow me on Goodreads and you see my ratings and my reviews, but I don't really share anywhere else aside from on here what I'm reading, and you only really know what I'm reading unless it's in a vlog or a wrap up. So I feel like I need to try to be more active on my Instagram stories and be a little bit more involved on my Goodreads. I'm not posting like actual posts on Instagram. That ship has sailed. I don't enjoy that really. I'd rather just stick to posting stuff on my stories. So that is it for this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what books you're currently reading. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.